Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. This is the video in continuation to our lab vCenter server deployment with external PSC. In part 1 of this lab, we had discussed about step-by-step deployment procedure of external PSC and setting up the PSC appliance. Now in part 2 of this lab, we will be walking through step-by-step deployment procedure of vCenter Server Appliance 6.5 and registering vCenter Server Appliance or our VCSA with SSO domain managed by external PSC. So let's get started. Now click on ISO images. This is our look at our VCSA 6.5.0 image. So this is our VCSA 6.5.0 image. Right click on it, mount it, browse through UI installer, browse through Windows 32 folder, and here is our installer. Click here to launch the installer. Now as you could see, this is our vCenter Server Appliance 6.5 installer. Now click on install to create a new vCenter Server Appliance. Now as I mentioned earlier, deployment of vCenter Server Appliance or Platform Services Controller Appliance is a two-stage process. In stage 1, it would be deploying the appliance, and stage 2, it would be configuring the appliance or setting up our appliance. So click on next to proceed with the stage 1, accept terms of license agreement, click on next. And now this is the important section where we have to select the deployment type. So this is the lab where we are discussing about VCSA deployment with external PSC. So we have to select deployment type is external platform services controller, and platform services controller component we have already deployed in the part 1 of this lab. So now we have to deploy vCenter server. So click on vCenter server, and it shows very clearly it requires external platform services controller, which we had already deployed. Click on next to proceed. Now here again we have to provide the deployment target details where your appliance would be deployed. So I'll give a deployment target as ESX infra-esxi2.govmlab.local, username as root, password of our ESXi host. Click on next to proceed. Click on yes. Now here we have to provide appliance name. So I'll give a VM name as VCSA-01A. Provide password for root user. So I'll give password. Now click on next. Now here we have to select the deployment size for our vCenter server. So since it's a lab environment, so we'll go with the deployment size is tiny and storage size also is default. So as you could see, in a tiny deployment, it required 2 vCPUs, 10 GB memory, 250 GB storage. It could manage maximum 10 hosts or 100 VMs. Now based on your deployment, based on your environment, you could select the appropriate deployment and storage size for your vCenter server appliance. Click on next to proceed. Now this is the storage which would be used for our vCenter server. So we have only one storage, so which is data store 2, which has been selected by default. Click on enable ThinDisk mode to use our storage space more efficiently. Click on next to proceed. Now in this section or in this wizard, we have to configure network settings for our vCenter server. So let's select network as private management network, IP version as IPv4, IP assignment, like as I mentioned, always select IP assignment as static for any of your management components. System name, provide system name. So I'll give a system name as vcsa-01a.govmlab.local. IP address 20.20.20.4. Subnet mask 255.255.255.0. Default gateway is 20.20.20.1. DNS server 20.20.20.1. Now port 80 would be used for HTTP and 443 would be used for HTTPS. Now click on next to proceed. Now click on next to proceed. Now here we could review all of our appliance deployment settings. So let me just summarize it again. So deployment details, we are going to, so we have provided target ESXi host where the appliance would be deployed is infra-esxi2.govmlab.local. The name would be vcs-01a. Now the important thing is deployment type. So if you remember, when we were deploying a platform services controller, it was showing deployment type as platform services controller. Now we are deploying vCenter server appliance. That's why it's showing deployment type as vCenter server. The deployment size, we have used tiny vCenter server. Data store details, we have selected data store 2 with the thin provision mode. These are network details where we have assigned port group, private management network, IP is 20.20.20.4, VM name is vcs-01.govmlab.local, subnet mask is 255.255.255.0, and default gateway and DNS server is 20.20.20.1. Now click on finish. And now as you could see, our deployment of vCenter server appliance has started. Now, as you could see, the installer has started deploying the appliance. So let's log into a target ESXi host where this appliance is being deployed. So this is our infra-esxi2.govmlab.local is our host. Let's log in. And now as you could see, the VM with the name vcsa-01a is created. And if you look at the task pane of our target deployment host, it is importing, it is deploying our VCSA appliance. So let's wait for a few minutes to get this appliance deployment finished. Now, as you could see, the installer has completed appliance deployment, and now it has proceeded with setting up storage stage. Now, as you could see, installer has completed setting up storage, and now it has moved to installing RPM phase where it is installing various RPM on our vCenter server appliance. So currently it is installing VMware VPXD and now MBCS RPM on vCenter server appliance. Now installer has completed RPM installation. Now it is configuring the machine and configuring the network settings. And now as you could see, the deployment of vCenter server appliance has completed successfully. And now to proceed with stage 2 of the deployment process, click continue. So click continue to proceed with stage 2 where it would be setting up the appliance. So click on continue. And now as you could see, the stage 1 deploy new vCenter server appliance is having a green sign, which green check mark, right? It means it has completed successfully. Now let's move to the stage 2 of setting up our vCenter server appliance. Appliance configuration, time synchronization mode, select time synchronization with NTP servers, provide NTP server IP as 20.20.1. This is my NTP server IP. If you want to enable SSH for your vCenter server appliance, select enabled, click on next. And now this is the important wizard where basically we have to configure SSO. So here we have to provide our external PSC or external platform services controller details. So let's give PSC detail is PSC-01A dot govmlab dot local. This is the information of our external platform services controller, which we have deployed in previous lab, part 1 of this lab. Now SSO domain, we had created SSO domain as vsphere.local. By default username is administrator. Now as we need to provide SSO credentials. So as you could see, our platform services controller is psc-018.govmlab.local. The domain name what we had created is vsphere.local. User by default username is administrator and the SSO password. Now click on next to proceed, and these are the review settings where it in network details, like as you could see, you could review all of your network details, appliance detail, all of your NTP server details, and then the most important part is your SSO details. So our SSO domain is vsphere.local, and our vCenter server has joined psc-018.govmlab.local, which is our external platform services controller. Now click on finish to proceed, click on OK. And now as you could see, the stage 2 of vCenter server appliance deployment has started. And in this particular stage, all of the required services on this appliance would be starting. Like as you could see at this stage of installation, it is starting VMware single sign-on. And now it is starting component manager service. So let's wait for a few minutes to get all the services started. Now, stage 2 of our vCenter server appliance setup is also completed successfully. Now, click here to get access to our vCenter server through web client. So as you could see, we have a 2 clients available, web client and HTML5 client. So let's click on web client to access our vCenter server. Provide your SSO credentials, administrator at the rate of vsphere.local. VMware. Now, as you could see, we are successfully logged into our vCenter server appliance 6.5. So this is our VCS appliance, and click here to get to know about the build details. As you could see, this is our version 6.5.0. So we have successfully logged in. We have successfully set up our vCenter server appliance with external PSC, and we have been successfully logged into our vCenter server. Now let's access our vCenter server appliance management interface page. And to access that, we have to give our VCSA name and provide port as 5480. So now this is our vSphere appliance management interface. So provide credentials, username is root, and password of root user provided the time of installation. Click on login. And now, as you could see in the summary section, it shows hostname as vcsa-01a.govmlab.local, and most importantly, it shows deployment type as vCenter server with an external platform services controller, and the version is 6.5.0. So this concludes our lab for deploying vCenter server appliance 6.5 with external PSC. Let's log out from this appliance and let's log out from vCenter server. So now this conclude our lab for deploying vCenter Server Appliance 6.5 with external PSC, where we had discussed about deployment procedure of Platform Services Controller and vCenter Server Appliance 6.5. We have also discussed about creating SSO domain as vSphere.local and registering vCenter Server Appliance with this SSO domain. I hope you guys like this video. Thanks for watching it.